Hello, welcome to today's video clip. My friend Wayne Poulter asked me a question. He was asking me, before one of my classes, I gave a little talk on different parts of our personalities. I can't really remember what the talk was off the top of my head, so I'm guessing, because I work in lots of different ways with different people. I don't believe in one size fits all. One of my favourite types of therapy is a thing called transactional analysis. And in transactional analysis, they talk about parent, adult, child. They actually write it down, something similar to this. Excuse my drawing. But there's 3 circles there. And they say that we've got 3 different parts of our personalities. The P represents the parent part of our personality. The A is the adult and the C is the child. Okay, and parent basically means anything you've ever learned from your parents, teachers, anyone around you growing up. It'll all be stored in our memory. The child is where all the feelings are. So think again, you know, things from childhood. You'll see people going into childlike state. Trying to think of some examples here. If you're a bit of the book The Chimp Paradox, what he talks about, he's actually changed the child for a chimp, and he says in all human beings have got a chimp part of their personality, which is the basic part of their personality. When people are drunk, you'll see them in the child part of their personality. The parent bit, the sensible bit, is shut off. And in the parent bit as well, this gets quite complicated actually. You've got a critical parent and you've got a nurturing parent. Most of us growing up will have had one parent that was quite nurturing, one parent that was quite critical, or both. One parent could be both, could be critical and nurturing. You know, my mum was a bit like that. One minute she'd be critical, the next minute she'd be nurturing. So you didn't really know where you stood with her, even though she was she was a loving woman. When you're walking away, things have happened maybe, and you're walking away and you're saying, I should have said this and I should have done that, I shouldn't have let him talk to me like that. That's the critical parent bit of your personality kicking in. Where your parents, where your teachers left off, you're carrying on. And what you're actually doing is beating the child bit of your personality up, the bit where this feeling, those feelings are. You're making yourself feel worse. You go to turn the kettle on in the morning, 10 minutes later it hasn't boiled, you realise that you haven't turned it on at the switch, so you call yourself an idiot. That's this critical parent bit of yourself beating up the child bit. You know, we're much harsher to ourselves than other people are to us, most of the time anyway. We're our own worst enemy. The adult bit is when you're aware of your past conditioning and you're also aware of how you're feeling. So spiritual people would talk about being in the here and now. I'm aware that I'm talking quite quickly here because I want to get through some different stuff with you. You can make this even simpler for me. I did a talk up in Stockport at a gym, my friend Martin's gym. The strength and performance gym, and I gave them a talk all about, he told me there was going to be 10 people there, and I think there was closer to 50 when I got there, but basically I gave them a talk, what I called Worrier, and I was trying to explain to them, which went quite well. They were on about getting some t-shirts made afterwards with Worrier on the front and Worrier on the back, and I was trying to explain to them how we've got different parts of our personality, and what I've been working on is splitting my personality into 2. I've got a worrier who can be doom and gloom, who's negative, who can be jealous, who can be angry, all of those things. That's my worrier, you know, and we've all got those things, but it's being aware when I'm in that part of my personality. My worrier is the bit of me that's, you know, and when I say warrior, I don't necessarily mean, in fact I don't mean physical. I'm talking about, you know, the part of me that's confident, that's determined, that's loyal, that's honest. All of these qualities that I personally think I've got. So, you know, one of the ways of working this out is do a list of your qualities. A lot of people struggle to give themselves compliments, so ask other people what your strong points are, and then you can start developing that warrior part of your personality. Both parts are trying to help you. The worrier's helping you by trying to run away and keep you safe. Don't say this, don't do that. The warrior is trying to help you by getting you to step up, by realising what you're good at, what you're strong at. So, you know, when you've written down, I'd recommend that you make a list of the times when you're in worrier. How do you feel? You'll come up with a big list. And when you're in the warrior part of your personality, how are you feeling? You're confident, you're determined, you know, all of those things. You're going to go, and when I'm in the warrior part of my personality, I'm going to go for things. I'm going to try things. I'm confident. Or even if I'm not confident, the worrier's snapping away, I'm still, because I'm in that warrior side, I'm still going to do it anyway. So, you know, I've called this Worrier. And I really like that concept. Again, you know, when we look at thoughts, it's just being aware of what personality am I in here. Or am I in my warrior part of my personality, or am I in the worrier part of my personality? And if I'm in the worrier part of my personality, do I want to be in the worrier part of my personality? If I'm going to give a presentation, for example, and I can get quite nervous when I'm giving these presentations sometimes, do I want the worrier to be standing up in front of people, or do I want the warrior part of my personality to be standing up in front of people? You know, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be I want the warrior. So I've worked on developing that warrior part of my personality. I hope this makes sense, and I hope it's what you were talking, what you meant, Wayne. If it's not, let me know, and I'll go back over something else. But like I said, a lot of this comes from a transactional analysis of the theory, parent, adult, child, in which they say we've got 3 different parts of our personality. I'm working on making this simpler by just splitting it down into 2 parts of our personality. I don't know about you, but 2 people's enough to work with, rather than 3. So I hope this makes sense. Enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully catch up with you again tomorrow. Thank you.